Though word will already have reached Maelstrom Command, protocol requires that a representative of our order inform the High Commander of the mission's success. The honor is rightfully yours, Tolucc. Once again, I must commend you on a job well done. We shall speak again soon. Thank you for coming, Tolucc. Word of your triumph reached me some while ago, but I am pleased to have it personally confirmed. First Ifrit and now Titan? Truly, when I think of your achievements, I feel that a loss of the Warriors of Light less keenly. And there can be no greater compliment than that. You and your order are heroes. The people of Limsa Lominsa are forever in your debt. I shall relay the details of your report to the Admirable forthwith. Please send my regards to the Signs of the Seventh Dawn. Tolucc, this is Minfilia. Y'shtola has informed me of your success. You have won a great victory for the people of Eorzea, one that shall not be forgotten. And what is more, both you and Y'shtola emerged from Ogomora unscathed. Why, Tataru and the others seemed as glad as they did on Titan's fall. You can look forward to a hero's welcome. We'll be waiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. This one is glad. Walking one is safe.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heaven she is safe. Louisoire, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time, it will illuminate the realm once more. Oh!
Advance no further!
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. Bring her forth, and you may yet know mercy.
found it. Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought.
No!
Conditions of surrender. Denied.
Cease at once!
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away. Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough! We leave. Bring the prisoners.
Walking one Minfilia. Ask this one too. In case walking one returned, this one was to say, at church in Eastern Thanalan, walking one must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect walking one Minfilia from Imperial ones. Forgive this one. Save. Is something troubling you, my child? You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there's anything I can do to help, anything at all, you only need ask. The wild roses are dead, Father, and I know not what to do. The wild roses? I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. How could this have happened? And you are certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Garleans? Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well do I recall the day of our first meeting. I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marquez, would you come here for a moment? Yes, father. If you require assistance, pray, speak with Marquez. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I should explain, Marquez is a survival of the Battle of Cartanu. Alas, his experiences took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marquez, I want you to look after Tolucc. Do you understand? Yes, father. Marquez have a personal request to make of you. Excuse me, Tolucc. Do you have a moment? It concerns this broken Ullerage, which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There is something familiar about it, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it'll come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to the Camp Drybone in my stead to obtain a bullpoint chisel and a pair of needle-nose pincers. They are often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps they would be best people to ask. Of course, I do not expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it. A ballpoint chisel, you say? And a pair of needle-nose pincers? Those things don't come cheap, you know. Nails balls. I mean, yes, that should be sufficient payment. Nice doing business with you. Have you brought the tools I requested? Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, this sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. But how? How did I do it? These hands, my hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had to perform the same motions countless times before. Pardon me, Tolucc. This was a mistake. Please, give the Holorow to Sister Elund. The man who once owned it is currently in her care, and I think it best that it be returned to him. Good evening to you, madam. Have you come to pay your respects to this man? Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time? Mayhap they are more common in Garlemid. I am given to understand that its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Marquez said that it belonged to the deceased? Oh dear, you don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marquez manage to repair this device? I knew he had a talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. Sister Elund is staring at you with great sadness in her eyes. I recognize you now, Tolucc. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but You should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the waking sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you find closure. Eh, you don't look like one of them church fellows. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go. Bit thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. 'Twas the sight of nightmares, I tell you. God's damn Imperials. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, but I sure as hell don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here before? Or do you just have one of them faces? Never mind. Any road. There's a carriage to come haul these bodies to the lich yard out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folks starting to turn. What happened to the big fella? Forget it. Just bring me the next batch and toss him in the back. Ain't like they'll complain if you're rough. Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 in one trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then. Come on, let's finish this before I die of old age. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take too long to deliver all the corpses to the lich yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that in doing so you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not too long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that, for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect and do everything that we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Sister Elund wishes to discuss one of the scions who perished at the Waking Sands. Although we can perform the rites for most of the scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Tolucc. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with Sylphic traditions. This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Tolucc. How can these ones assist Walking One? Neuraxia! But this one does not understand. Toluccio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Tolucc. But why? These ones have not requested further aid. Neuraxia, how did this happen? Explain everything to me at this one, at once. So, not only Neuraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Neuraxia. Neuraxia went to Thanalan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Neuraxia at the end. Tell this one that Neuraxia was brave. Tell this one that Neuraxia did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Neuraxia home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking One to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Neuraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. We thank you for your services at the church and to the Sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence, we entered the remaining scions into the Lich Yard. Perhaps you will still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please, take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, Tolucc. Marquez believes he is being watched. I'm not imagining it, Tolucc. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. It's as if I'm under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it when last I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It'll only take a moment. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Iliud must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Heavens, friend. That such a thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions? This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marquez was... Make haste to Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Carteneau. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait, Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Cid, was it? Here, these belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you? Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Cid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Cid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
Father Leod has some parting words for you and the others. What a curious twist of fate that Master Cid Garland would be at last found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Tolucc. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there's a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity, much like the Great Gubu Wall of Ulda. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Coerthas. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Fogward Float, the closest settlement to Coerthas. Mayhap the Serpents stationed there have a record of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world still has a need of you and the Scions. Pray, look after yourself and Cid, Tolucc. Is there aught I can assist you with, miss? The Enterprise? You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? Aye, I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Coerthas. What became of it after that, I can't say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Vortifont at the Florentel Spire. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, would you need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. You have come in search of Vortifort? Then well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Coerthas. Well, what exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. Vortifort wishes to tell you of the final flight of the Enterprise. 'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Carteneau, nigh on 5 years ago. I held that spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then, all of a sudden, in the most fantastic airship I had ever seen split the skies overhead, I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains, to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still there somewhere in Coerthas. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Adelamid descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I have little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to the House Dudenair? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? How absurd! As if we would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Sir Ludovic is doing his utmost to intimidate you into leaving. Alone have mercy, are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where in the hell is that knight I sent on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have a use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You will know him by his uniform. That House Dudenair is in mine. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable dragon-loving bastards. Whoopsh. Death was a mercy that they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. I must say, I didn't actually expect you'd find my knight, much less rescue him. I see, I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you peruse their records. Pray, proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Edmil. Ah, the lady come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovic be thinking? It is true that we remain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because of this information is used to chart Dravanian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray speak with an audience with Chief Astrologian Forlamont up above. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between sun-run nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Halon's will. I will not put our great nation at risk, certainly not to help a foreign locate a missing airship of all things. Pardon the intrusion, Forlamont. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... oh, I did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Guillaumin, you honor us with your presence, sir. The lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Dudenair's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I'm told you seek an airship last seen in Corythus 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Corythus. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you might find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided House Dunedain in that fashion. Thank you, madame. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Josia is attempting to distract your attention. You there, madam. I cannot help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in that vicinity. If you would seek him out, this astrologian, and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. What a relief to see someone other than the goddamn birdmen. I thought I could finish my work whilst the Ixal were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to just hide and hope they might leave again before I froze to— Oh, wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of House Dunedain cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for understanding the dangers of our knights face every day. Ah, but you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you have already hated your own cause. House Dunedain is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of Gervanian aggression. Yet, you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the observatorium's records. That is just as well, for there is no other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Porlatain for an official introduction to the high houses. The word of House Dunedain carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight. Now I hear you have rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must have a desire or something for your troubles. An introduction to the other high houses? I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while you have performed 2 acts, You would have me endorse you to 3 high houses? It's only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? Lord Portelaine requires that you perform a 3rd task on behalf of House Durdenair. Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a woman of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to the House Harlanart, further improving your chances that they'll indulge the request for aid. Have you good tidings to share? Or better yet, some stolen merchandise to show? Gods bless you, friend. It's all here. Every last... but wait, that chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hells, that's the personal property of Lord Francel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifest, be my guest. Fury, take me! A draconian rosary! In the possession of Lord Francel? Yet, perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Halinarte is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Harlanarte. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It's the duty of every Ashgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. Sir Carrylot has something very important to tell you. Come closer, lass, and listen well. This is for your ears only. Lord Francel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Harlanarte for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of Edelweiss, and he'll know you for a friend. Now go. Yes, you look as though you have something to say, do you? Is that an Edelweiss in your pocket, or are you happy to meet me? I see Sir Carlynot has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity it has not been seen in Coerthas since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd. I would sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the Draconian Rosary was not found in my possession, it'll still be considered to be my proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt, this will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It's as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It is only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. Missing airship? I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in better position to assist you. Lord Hershafrat of House Fortemps commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present to him this letter of introduction, and he will surely be receptive to your needs. The unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you are come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I'm not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself, but enough chatter. Pray, tell me what you have come. If there is any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes, the letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you required assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Coerthas before the calamity 5 years ago? I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartanoa, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you the findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are affordable every courtesy as a guest of House Fortemps. Lord Herishfant has a proposal for how you might participate in his investigation. As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortemps included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that you are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it will be quicker and more efficient if you were to make inquiries of your own. Lady Nin of mine own House Fortemps, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There's also Cravelin of House Helenarte, who can be found at the Skyfire Locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken with the Chief Astrologian of House Duradere yet? Really? Perhaps I'll be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortemps. Do not concern yourself with House Desimol. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the three I mentioned and return to me when finished. Why, hello, good madam. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortemps does, for if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Helenarte have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. Alone grant me strength. There must be some ways to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Lord Herishfant? I want to help you, I truly do, but these accusations of heresy have thrown House Halenarte into chaos. Right now, we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. I gather you have been busy since last we spoke. Lord Hirschvan's missive was positively glowing. But if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken. We are at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Guillimain arrived in Coerthas, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Hirschvan wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that's his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. By your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use? Nor did I. I fear it seems the whole of Coerthas is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard proper provide more pertinent information. Lord Hirschvan is concerned with Lord Francel's well-being. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much have been whispered in recent days. I have received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north towards the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long ago overrun by Dravanian hordes, so I'm not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray, journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance. Who goes there? Tolucc? No, stay back. The fiend is still here. Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Halenarte when we can't even slay a single Avis? We are fortunate you came along when you did. How House Halenarte will remember your kindness. I heard that beast's cry from over yonder. Then Lord Francel is safe? Bless you, miss, bless you. Curse those fiends! It's as though they knew we were coming! It was a foolish thing to do, I know, but I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Skelkin. Moreover, It was House Helenarte that yielded the steel vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat was here heralded the snow decline of our house's once great name. We have been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day my trial approaches, soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be, but even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. What did you find at the Steel Vigil? Ah, I see. A reckless plan, but at least it did not cost him and his knights his life. I have bad news for you as well. A witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It has become knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. A not so unreasonable fear, given the zeal which Inquisitor Guillaume has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Francel's name, and by association, yours.